Hooray! You welcome once again to International College of Criminology, Abuja. You welcome to my class. Like many of my students call me Mr. Criminology. Now, today we are going to have an interesting topic today. Let me ask you, how will you feel when you are being described or celebrated as master in one aspect of criminology, like we have it in other noble professions like medicine and law? For instance, in law or in medicine, first, let's look at medicine. For instance, in medicine, we have what we call cardiologists. Cardiologists are doctors who help people to understand cardiovascular system. They treat disease of the heart. We have pathologists. Pathologists are doctors who help to determine the cause of death, particularly when it involves violent death. Then we have pediatricians. Pediatricians are doctors that treat little kids or children. Then you have neurosurgeons. Neurosurgeons are specialists that help to carry out surgery on the brain or spinal cords. Then you have opticians. You have gynecologists, you have dermatologists. Dermatologists are doctors that treat, skin and skin diseases. Let's look at, specialties or specialists in legal practitioners. We have people that specialize on corporate law. We have lawyers that specialize on maritime law. We have lawyers that specialize on litigation. We have lawyers that specialize on taxation, tax law. We have lawyers that specialize on constitution. We call them constitutional lawyers. These are what we talk about specialties or specialities or specialties in professionals or in professions. Like criminology, we also have areas of specialties or specialists, specialized areas for studies in criminology. Today, we are going to look at some of the branches of criminology. We're looking at the branches of criminology. Number one, we have, before that, the objectives of this class. Of course, at the end of this class, my students should be knowledgeable about the various branches of criminology. Then let's look at the lesson points. Let's consider some of the branches of criminology. Number one, we have what we call penology. We have number two, we have victimology. Number three, we have forensic science, or you can call it forensics. Like this is one of the branches of criminology, forensic science. So I will explain what forensic science is all about. Then number four, we have criminal justice. Then number five, that's what we call criminal statistics. And number six, that is what I call criminalistics. What is penology? Let me explain. Penology is a major branch of criminology that deals with important aspect of criminal justice processes. Like we used to say in criminal justice system, there are major three key players in criminal justice system, and penology is one aspect or one process from the arrest of the suspect, which is majorly the work of the law enforcement agent, to the proceeding to the courts, and to from court to prison to the correctional service, which majorly penology help us to understand how the prison system works. So let's look at what is penology. The word penology is an hybrid word that is penal and logy. What is penal? Penal simply means punishment, sanction. Then what is logy? Logy in Greek word means study, science. So let's look at penology. Penology is the scientific study of punishment. It is a study, a scientific study of punishment. How effective is punishment. That is what penology is all about. Quickly, let's talk about the modern penology. Yes, modern penology. Let's look at the goals of modern penology. There are three major, aspects of modern penology. One is probation. What is probation? Probation simply means a period of supervision, over an offender. Probation, it all depend on jurisdiction. Probation means in some jurisdictions a period where an offender is released from prison and is being supervised for some period of time. Now, let's talk about parole. Parole is from a French word which simply means promise. Parole is early release, of a prisoner who agrees to abide by certain conditions originating, yes, when an offender agrees to abide by certain conditions, so they are being released on parole. And there's some sentencing that has a clause of parole. For instance, there are people who can be sentenced, or there are criminals who were sentenced to life imprisonment without parole. Then the third aspect of modern penology is what I call modern imprisonment. What does that mean? Modern imprisonment, modern imprisonment can be effected. Imprisonment can be effected without, the application of physical restraint. That is what ideal of modern imprisonment is all about. When they apply scientific method to punishment, the goal is to evaluate the effectiveness of punishment. For instance, there are cases where some offenses, life capital punishment will be placed on some offenses to see if it will reduce the rate of that crime. That is what modern penology or modern imprisonments try to evaluate. Now, that would be the end of this class today. We will talk some more on the victimology. We'll talk some more on the forensic science tomorrow, and we'll talk some more on the criminal justice. We'll also talk about criminalistic. Thank you and God bless you. Omotayo Femi Richard is my name. See you in my next class tomorrow.